It's definitely time to do another update on my orchids because I haven't done one in over a month. Most of my flowers, actually no, all my flowers except for one, are pretty much done blooming. All my orchids are doing very well at this point. I do kind of have them all bunched on this table, but you know, they're all seemingly doing very, very well. I'm just going to go really quick through all of the orchids and show you them by type, one by one. All right, I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to start with the mini phals. Here is one of the mini phals. It rebloomed 2 buds, and it also put out, like if you can see, there's a couple leaves right there. So that's a new kiki forming. Some of the leaves did fall off, and it does still have new roots growing. Let's move on to the next one if I can put that one back down. I have 4 mini phals. Here's the second one. This one is doing pretty well. The leaves are growing in, and they're skinnier but longer than the previous leaves that were on there. But if you also look, it is also growing a kiki right there, and it's growing lots of new roots, which is pretty exciting. I'm actually very happy about this one. I think this is the yellow and pink one, which is a really, really pretty one. The other one is buried in here. Oh, here it is. This one isn't really doing much. It did start to produce this leaf. This leaf isn't really doing anything. There's no buds or kikis forming on this one. And it is putting out new roots. If you can, hold on, let me take it off the container. It is forming new roots, as you can see. The last mini phal is the worst one of them all. This one, I think it's time to call it quits. It's pretty much done for. It put out those 2 leaves, and they pretty much stopped growing there. And it's not producing any roots at all. I don't think there's anything that's going to come from that one, but whatever. It's okay. It can go away. It can die a peaceful death. Now I'm going to go over to the 2 phals that I got from Trader Joe's. They both look atrocious, terrible. I know I got a whole bunch of stuff over here, but this is one, I don't remember what color, but they're both like white and pinkish, purplish, and they're both like just not doing well at all. This one, no, neither one of them has produced a single root since I got it, and this one put out a spike. I don't know why, and it decided to put out a couple buds. One of the buds blasted, obviously, because it's dying. So, yeah, that's how that one's going. All my other phals are doing wonderfully. This is the other one, or one of the other ones I got from Trader Joe's. This one is actually doing quite well. I still haven't unpotted it yet, but the leaves are just beautiful. Look at these leaves. And it's producing a new one here. This is the white phal, and it's producing roots, and it's doing very well. Over here, this phal, I believe this one might be the all pink one. I'm not really sure, but it's producing a new leaf here, and the leaf is doing well. All the flowers fell off. This one, it produced this leaf, and can I say this leaf is huge and beautiful and just beautiful. I keep these with very little water in the bottom, and then I let them dry out for a couple of days before I do anything else with them, and I add more water as I feel necessary. This one is producing this leaf, and there are new roots on all these phals. Let me see if there's one that I missed. I think that's it. That's all the phals. Okay, so moving on to the Oncidiums. This is Oncidium number 1. This is, hold on, let me take it out of the container. It's producing a new shoot right there. This is the Burgundian, I think. Yeah, this is the Burgundian. So it's producing a new one, so I'm actually very happy about that. It's putting out new roots. That's exciting. Over here is the, I don't think it's a Sherry Baby, but it's something similar. All the flowers have fallen off of it, but it's doing very well. It is producing a new growth right here on that side, and also a new growth right there on this side as well. So it's very, very exciting. 2 new growths on that one. This one here is the Carnival Rio. It's not doing much. It hasn't really done anything since day 1. There's no new growths. It's shriveled up like crazy. It's getting water. There's no root growth, nothing. But, you know, the leaves, some of the leaves are starting to yellow. I'm hoping it doesn't die, but if it does, I guess, you know, so be it. That's what it was going to do anyway, because from day 1, it never really did very well. And this is the Penny Candy, if I can get it out. Hold on. Oopsie. That's one thing about having them in these containers, because they grow and they like get stuck. This one's producing a new growth right there. It's producing lots of new roots. So this one's doing very well, even though it's still shrivelly. This is the Penny Candy. Very happy about those ones, actually. Okay, moving on to the Cattleyas. I wish this one would stop falling over. Stay there. Be happy. Okay. Moving on to the Cattleyas. This one is the Little Mermaid. And as you can see, it's producing a new growth right there. No flowers on it as of yet, but it is doing very well, and I'm pretty happy with it. New roots on it. Here is the Ethel's Paradise, and it's producing a new growth right there. It's doing very well. New roots, and the roots are actually very, very happy in this one. Next one is the, what is this one? Buena Suerte. This one is the Buena Suerte. It finally started to produce roots off the newest growth, and the roots didn't start forming until the growth was pretty much fully matured. But the roots are actually, they look very good. It did not produce any buds in the sheath as of yet. I'm not sure if it will. I kind of don't think that it will, given the fact that it's pretty much already developed. I don't see any new growths coming out of it just yet. But we will see. Like, there are growth nodes like right there for new growths to come out, but nothing's really happening just yet. So that's that one. Let me try to maneuver it because I don't have any more space for any more orchids here. This one is the Borna Beauty. If you can see, there are new roots growing in there, and also there's a new growth here and a new growth here. So this one is doing very, very well, and I'm very happy about that because this one is very, very pretty. Okay. Next one, I'm going to take it out of the container. I haven't taken a look at this one in a while. This one is the Young Kong, and there's a new growth right there. There's tons of new roots all over the place with this one. This one's doing very well as well. That's all the Cattleyas. Okay, so let's go over to the one and only Zygo that I have. This one is it's producing a new growth here. It had another, like the newest growth that it had. I think I might have gotten water in the leaves at the top and it rotted, so I did cut it off. But the rest of it, what's left of it, is doing very well, and luckily the new growth is growing off of an old growth, so I'm not like, I didn't have to cut off the new growth to get rid of the rot that was on there. But it is producing new roots and it's doing very well. It does have this. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I think it'll be okay. Let's look at the, goddamn, what's this? The coconut orchid. This one's doing very well as well. It has lots of new growths coming up. If you can see all the new little grass-like spikes. The roots aren't doing anything crazy, but they are like still producing slowly. And this one, I think this one will do well regardless. Next, let's look at this one. This one's doing well. I cut the spike off. The flowers lasted for 2 weeks on this one. This one is the Witchcraft Black Millennium Magic Witchcraft. The black flowered catasetum orchid. It's beautiful. It smelled really spicy and I loved it for the time that it lasts. I don't think I'll get another catasetum just because of the fact that the flowers really don't last that long at all, and it's kind of disappointing because I would love to have them for longer. I will unpot this when it goes dormant, after it goes dormant. Okay, next, this is the Dendrobium gonzalesi. It put out a new growth right there, and other than that, it's doing pretty well. It's producing roots. It did lose a leaf due to sunburn, but since I've kept the curtains closed during the day to block out the sun because it gets really hot when there's too much sun. So I think it's doing fine. It's doing better because of that. This is the Beccaria butterflies orchid. I usually keep it dry at the bottom, but, and you can see there's mold because I left water in it. But I did leave water in it because it needs to be watered every single day. It does like to dry out in between. Otherwise, it'll get a little bit of root rot, but so far, so good. This time around with keeping water in it, aside from all the mold that's in there. But it should be fine with that. No new growth on that one so far just yet. This one is the, what is this one? Dendrobium Nestor. This one is Dendrobium Nestor. As you can see, it did finish producing this new growth here. And that one is putting out more leaves. And then the kiki here is growing up and it has tons of new roots on the kiki. So this one is doing pretty well. No flowers, no nothing just yet, but I don't think it produces flowers until it goes dormant, but we'll see. Last but not least, the big monster dendrobium, which is the Spectable dendrobium. No flowers, no anything on this, but if you look at the bottom, there are tons of roots growing in, like so many roots on this. It's ridiculous. And there's a new growth right there, and it's pretty happy. You can see it's producing stop. So this one is a monster, like literally. Look at those roots. It's crazy what's going on in there. Yep. So I think that's everything. Wait, I'm lying. Hold on. Last but not least is this Meltoniopsis type orchid that I have. All the flowers pretty much died off on it very fast. And I keep it away from the other ones because it had spider mites when I first got it. Yeah, this one is doing pretty well. No shriveling of the bulbs, and I haven't really been going crazy with making sure that it's watered every day. So, yeah, that is the Meltonia, the only Meltonia that I have, Meltonia type that I have, Meltoniopsis Meltonia. I'm not really sure what it is exactly because I got it from Trader Joe's. There wasn't really a tag on it. But it does produce like beautiful yellow flowers that smell like roses. Um, I think that's it. That is my quick update of all my current orchids. I don't think I'm going to be buying anymore. I've actually gotten off of the orchid buying kick. So I'm actually very content with what I have. And let's not forget the fact that I can't fit anything else on my orchid table anyway. Out of all the ones that I have, there are only 4 that are still potted, and that would be this Oncidium, this Val, the Catasetum, and the Meltonia that's over on the opposite side of the room, away from all the rest. But these ones are doing very, very well. There's some that had, you know, I gave a little setback due to unpotting, and then the Rio right here, the Carnival Rio Oncidium. I'm not sure if that one's going to make it, if it's going to do anything more, or if it's just going to die off. And I'm actually kind of really disappointed about the Trader Joe's phals that died off. This one here is from Trader Joe's as well, and I'm really hoping that it does not do the same when I do unpot it, because I am not going through that again. I will never buy another Trader Joe's Phalaenopsis again if this one does it as well. But so far so good on this one. I've had it for about a month and I've not really had any problems with it. The one flower, the one end on this flower spike did start to die off, but the flowers on the others are still okay and they're still there. Some of them did fall off, but the rest are pretty much holding on. I think it'll be fine. All right, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.